Okay then, hello and welcome back to the STB Racing League Season 15 World Championship. And we are here in what could be called a pretty boring circuit for racing, but I'm sure the STB Racing League will be giving us some incredible races here at the Hungaroring for this season's Hungarian Grand Prix. Now the Hungarian Grand Prix in previous seasons has not gave us the race that we've really wanted, but I'm sure with the amount of drivers we've got in here this evening, the competitiveness of the grid, I do think that the Hungarian Grand Prix could serve us some incredible racing here in Hungary. So you are also I'm joined by Rigsy X, who's back with me this evening. Rigsy, we're here in Hungary. I'm currently struggling to say what I want to say, so I'm just going to ask you a question. How are we looking forward ahead of this Hungarian Grand Prix? And do you think, if we compare it to Germany, this could be one of the worst tracks? Is this one of the worst tracks to follow such a great race we had last week in Germany?
Well, firstly I just want to say hello, and I'm back again here in the STB Racing League, but to kind of follow on from Aldi's question, I mean, I feel like there is people out there that kind of downplay this track as one of the more kind of quiet tracks, one of the, like, the uneventful races in the calendar, but I mean, Hungary does bring in an element that you don't, I mean, like, Germany promotes like wheel-to-wheel racing. It's got all these kind of straights and like what you call it, it's got the straights, and it's got like plenty of opportunity for overtaking and hairpins for overtaking, but Hungary, I think it's more strategic. Like it is a 35 lap race. It is just the same as Germany as well, like one lap apart from them doing the 50%. But I mean, like, it's going to be really difficult. I'm sitting here spectating V6 Ewan in the racing point, like he's just coming through the last sector there. I think it really will depend how good you're through that final sector. Because if you're really good, if you're following somebody in that final sector, that'll get, and the closer you can get, and if you can keep with them in that kind of that technical zone in the last sector, then you'll need to set yourself up for the move into turn one. I feel that is the best opportunity to overtake in this track. The first sector is quite quick, but the third sectors are very technical. But I mean, as the STB League has some quiet races at Hungary, like I mean, like there is times like in real life, if you like, I'll use examples for there. Like this track's like it's what do you call it? It's very well known in the Formula One circuits. It's been on the calendar since 1986. It's been on for 33 years consecutively. There's been races in real life where you've seen Nigel Mansell and Michael Schumacher win their championships here. You've seen Schumacher pulling off an extra stop, putting in 20 qualifying laps in succession to overtake Mika Hakkinen and take the lead in '98. Like that, and even Lewis Hamilton just kind of setting history here. If you want to think of a more recent example, him just this year done a two-stop strategy compared to Verstappen's one. So there's a lot of like real life factors that we can actually take into qualifying and into the race as well. It definitely does promote overtaking because the track is really narrow and technical, but it will be more strategic because if you can pit one lap earlier than your opponent, then you can gain so much on them if you're trying to undercut. But anyway, if we're going to focus on the actual qualifying session in hand, we're just past the first 5 minutes there. We've got 12 minutes left on the clock. Dominic is leading the timesheet at the moment, well, 1:17.2 in the hard tyres. Everybody seems to have set their tyres on hard so far. I do feel the strategy will be more or less the same as Germany. It'll be a medium to hard or a hard to medium. The soft tyres, just the same. It's the kind of exact same as Germany. I think they'll just degrade too quickly. You'll not get the full performance out of them. It is purely just a medium to hard or hard to medium. Some of these people that have set their time so far are hards, but I do expect most of them to change onto the mediums as the session progresses. I don't know if that really answers your question, but I gave it a try. But no, Dominic, as
Hello?
we say, well,
Sorry,
he
I'm
talks
very,
the
very
time sheets
sorry. Very sorry, Rixie. My controller disconnected, so I had to get some new batteries from the other room. So
Right, no, that's
why,
fine.
Viewers, you were on no available controllers. But I don't think we missed any action apart from Churka going P3 and Fusion going P4, and Danny there getting himself ahead of LRS Mercury here in Hungary. Those two are definitely tight in terms of pace here. So, yes, Rixie, so we're here, obviously Hungary, one of the, as you said, downplayed as one of the worst tracks on the calendar for battling. But I would also like to say that, obviously, Jenson Button, one of the greats of Formula 1, if you want to call him that, he is a world champion, of course, actually got his maiden Formula 1 victory here in Hungary 2006, and that was a great race with the rain and stuff. Started from 14th, great strategy. So yes, as you said, real life can provide us with some great races in Hungary. Yeah, I think this could be a good race. It's just up to the drivers really to bring us that element of excitement. So someone who has gone off in the second sector. Let's have a look who that is.
It's Buckley. Buckley, think Buckley.
Have you lost a front wing? No, he just had a little. He had a little visit to the gravel trap there, and he currently sits in P4. So that's a good sort of display there from Zink Buckley. Obviously winning with a new name, Motorsport. So the issue. But I don't know if Pedro will be able to qualify because he's had a few get in the lobby, but I'm not sure.
No,
I am sure about that.
I don't actually know when he. I'm not actually if he disconnected as between the Williams and Matty having a wee spin there at turn 3. There on the Williams when I just caught the tail end of that. But no, I can't see his car in the pause. I can't see in the pit lane, but I think he disconnected just before the session started, so his car will not be here until the race. Hopefully he does race at least though. But anyway, I do see that we're joined by the Mercedes driver of Jam Ham. So
yes, something I am sure about is we've got Jam Ham in the party with us at the moment. He's going to conduct a little quick interview. He hasn't been interviewed this season, I don't think. So it's very good chance to see what his outlook on this season's been. He's currently in P5. So Jam Ham, we may cause a bit of controversy with these questions in the Ham, which I'm going to call the Ham household. But if I include your audio, so obviously you are currently you go into the wall there. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Just went off course
so
again.
obviously at the moment you are 2 places ahead of your brother Ham and Jam 2002. How's the rivalry going on between you two? Because it's looking pretty fierce races.
Yeah, I'd say it's quite a healthy rivalry between me and my brother. And I feel like we're sort of quite similar on pace, so we just try to sort of push each other. I think we're sort of getting there. We're getting sort of.
Oh, and you get pit there by him. But so you've been showing some great pace in qualifying and some great race performances. How is the grid seeming to you? Do you think you are confident with the pace that you've got, or do you think that some of the drivers are not really? You can't really match them when you need to. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, there's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 drivers here that are probably a bit too far ahead of me, to be honest. But no, I'd like to think that sort of lower end of the points is what I'll be aiming for again this race.
Definitely. Obviously, we've just been talking for like the last 10 minutes because it's such a awful circuit. Riggsy is optimistic about it, but what's your opinion about the Hungarian?
Well, if I'm being honest, I've never really liked Hungary as a track, but I've been quite enjoying it. But I still find it's one that I struggle at quite a bit compared to others.
Dominic.
I mean,
by that there from him, he's on a softer compound. Sorry, Riggsy, carry on.
I mean, I feel like I feel like Hungary gets a wee bit too much hate. Like, I really do. But,
I don't.
like, I think like Hungary does. I think Hungary is that kind of track it's quite rewarding to. Like, I think it because it presents so much more a challenge, it makes the win that bit more special. If you get what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's not like you can throw any shades on other tracks, but I think Hungary just has that element to it. It does make a proper challenge to the drive. Like, and like, how would you put it? Like, isn't it really synonymous or like a major event calendar, but it has a history here. Like, I don't know what makes it. Like, I think the win just brings this extra feeling of satisfaction. I think those have the wondering here, but
I don't think so. I think this is awful, to be completely honest. But we've got to go for it. We've got to go through. So, and Crips there on his flying lap comes out of turn 1 and spins it on the out of the corner. That's great traction now, but yeah, we'll try and get back in the pits and get fresh set of tyres on. So Jamham, sorry, we will let you go out on track because we've got 5 minutes remaining. So have a great one, have a great race, and make it on the podium. If not, we may see you next week in Malaysia.
Thanks, cheers.
Rigsy, sorry, what were you saying?
no, I just think there's that element of, I don't know, I think the fact
Sorry
that
to
Hungary
interrupt you
presents
again,
a
but
much
João
different...
Pedro is able to get on track now. He's currently on a lap, so let's see what he's going to do here. Is it going to be pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix?
He's...
Second. Matches Dominic. Sorry,
We're
Rigsy.
just over for literally just 5 minutes on the button. But no, Hungary just presents this different challenge. I mean, I think that maybe is just only a matter of opinion. Like, maybe like drivers out here are just kind of like, oh, Hungary, there's the real, it's just damage limitation for us and this and that, and they kind of, like, in quotations, excuses, right? But at the same time, like, I think it, because it's a different, I think it's a different challenge. Like, it's just, it's no like any other circuit. Like, it's really narrow and tight, and you get like narrow and tight circuits like Monaco, Singapore, Canada even. But like it's the road that's narrow, and there's just no room for error with that as well. Like, in the first sector, the extra DRS straight down to turn 2, the quick left at 4. The second sector is really rewarding if you get it right, because they get a left-right sequence in the sector 2, and we'll need to monitor the corner cutting as well. Like, we'll do corner cutting, the track extending, because you can extend so much at turn 12 without getting a warning. So I think that's maybe where you get that extra kind of 10 for 2, because you can carry more speed through turn 12 and you can take so much more exit curve. The third sector though, is not really the circuit's highlight, but it really is critical that you can keep up with drivers in front of you, because that'll give you the best chance to actually make a move into turn 1 on the following lap.
Sorry, lap time to João Pedro. Look at this. Look how close it is at the moment. Look at this, Rigsy. We are on it right now with the pace here in STB Hungary. Let's not miss it. This could be a great race at the moment. I said it was going to be bad, didn't I, before the commentary, but this closeness of pace at the moment is absolutely phenomenal. Eke goes 2 tenths up in the first sector, currently in P7. Is he going to get impeded though by LRS and Mercury? No, he's not. But he's going to use a lot of exit curb there. We are seeing V6 Ewan not use too much exit curb on that corner. Okay, though, definitely riding those curbs there. It's very essential on this game to ride the curbs to get the most time out. But I don't really like doing it. I think that, you know, you should just do the curbs as best, you know, undo them as they're intended, you know. Don't ride them, don't put corners, just, yeah, well, that's my own opinion. But attempts up in the second sector, Rigsy, he's on it here in Hungary. He is on for...
And he's coming in the final corner to set a time here.
5.
He's...
Oh,
it's P2?
No, P2 there. He must have had an incredible second sector. He goes up in a last sector, goes up in a P2. Only 2 tenths off Eke, beats João Pedro, beats Urban, and beats Ewan. Favourite for pole position here in Hungary. So You know what I mean? This is
they're the kind of lap times you expect for the championship leader. He's got a 24-point lead over Dominic.
He's gone wide there, so he's gone wide on the exit. That corner.
He'll probably. He'll probably just use this time to save his energy, save his ERS, keep his tyres in a good condition, and he'll go for one final run as we're just over 90 seconds left in the session. As we see somebody improved
to P6, but now Buckley's on a lap. Buckley is quite strong around the circuit, as we've seen in previous seasons, I believe. So he could be on it right now. He's back, new name, new esports team. He's back, ready to prove himself here. But coming through the first sector, let's see what he's going to be like compared to the drivers around him. He's a 10th up.
Up at 210s.
10th up, and he's he's messed that up, but he could still get away with that. He'll get away with that,
I mean, he'll have the delta. He'll have the delta on his wheel there if he's lost a lot of time there. We would have seen him back off and get himself sorted for the final run because he had more than enough time to go and put another lap in after this. But he seems to he's putting his foot down at the moment. He seems to keep himself focused as he comes through the. He's 1.1 off. He's going to have to back off here and let the McLaren through. As we're starting to see people retiring.
Alpa Ball has gone into P number 6 there. That's a stronger time from him, the Turkish driver. Fusion's off the circuit. Fusion's struggling at the moment to get a lap in. Oh, look at the traffic.
Hungary has the really. And we're watching Dominic. He's going to start his final flying lap. We just short of 20 seconds remaining. Anybody coming running the final turn? I think everybody's coming running the last corner is about to start their final runs here, Maldi. As we see DJ Danny, he's just backed off. He's not going to improve for 13th as the alpha of Jam. He'll not be improving to 7th because he's had to get out the way of the people that are still on a lap. But the checkered flag here, qualifying session is over. But we will still allow people who are on their flying laps to complete them. As we see spinning there. He'll not be improving for 13th. He'll lose so many wheels that I think that's one of turn 3.
3 attempts up in the first sector, we've seen. Cutting you off, but this is really interesting stuff here in Hungary. On the curb then, Fusion really riding that curb down. Kane.
We'll stay on board with Fusion.
Winning P15, that's a disaster qualifying so far for him.
As we see, FG taking... Crips taking pole.
Is Dominic going to beat him though? And Fusion's gone wide. He was 8 tenths. And he was 8 tenths up and he's messed it and he's span. Oh...
8 tenths would have got him up it, wouldn't he? I mean, no one kind of throw shade on him there, it wouldn't have been too much, but I mean, a position's a position. If you gain, but he'll not be gaining after that mistake on the exit at 12. And takes it in the session away from Dominic.
Your reigning world champion, Sussex Fusion, has qualified in last position at the Grand Prix.
That's not really the session he was hoping for this time round. Got to give the Alfa Romeo team F some credit there. Albeit he's on the softs, he's Alfa Romeo are maybe kind of chucking caution to the wind there with a different strategy.
Oh, that's why then, now they explained it. But still, second race, first pole.
But he takes it. He takes pole for the home favourite. Well, a home favourite in Dominic. The Hungarian still is on the front row though, so... It's all to play for here as we've got the 2 championship contenders, 2nd and 3rd, and we've got Urban Unicorn in 5th. Who knows, it might just be one of the best races we have. But let's not jinx it too early on, as you may see here on the timing screens here, FG Crips is the pole position man in Hungary with a 1:15. The only person to set a 1:15 there, a 1:15.944 ahead of Dominic. Eke, BRL Jal Pedro is 4th in the racing point, Urban Unicorn 5th, Churka another Hungarian that Eric Standard just qualifies outside the top 10 and P11 in the Haas. But anyway, we're going to get ourselves sorted for the race. We don't know what the weather's like, we don't have that information. We should have asked Jamham when he was here, but it kind of just slipped our minds. But it looks to be dry, it looks to be a dry race. Well,
Rigsy, I
so
don't
far,
know if you've seen, but the gap between the top 10 was extremely close. It's looking like it could be a closer race than it was last time out in Hungary. What do you make then of Crips' strategy? Because that could really hinder his chances of getting a good result here this evening. What is your thoughts on that?
I mean, if well, it really his strategy is kind of really up in the air because I mean he is on the softs. Like he can still do a softs to hard, but he needs to make these softs last. Like Hungary's not really too friendly with tyre wear. Like the tyre wear is a lot worse here than it is at other tracks. So it'll just be a matter to see how long he can make these soft tyres last. He'll have a bit of an edge at the start. He'll get off the grid quicker than Dominic and Eke who are around him. But maybe he's just chucking some caution to the wind here. Maybe he's just going to say, alright, we'll do a two-stop, because a two-stop is still quick. Like, if you're in clear air. Like, if you're in clean air, you can, it is basically, like, we've seen it, if you want to just use the Michael Schumacher example, he'd done the exact same thing in 1998. Like, he done an extra stop, he done 20 laps, 20 qualifying laps during the race, came back in another set of tires and beat Hakkinen. So maybe that's his inspiration for this strategy, but
Well,
I don't really know that. Just
nationality, of
that's
course.
De Leon. But I don't know. It might be a German thing. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how this race unfolds anyway. But I think he might have got a wee bit of inspiration for that famous Hungary race. But we'll see what happens. I do expect him to keep his lead though. That's a hot take for me. I do expect him to keep his lead going into because much better traction. But I think every other position is kind of up for grabs there. But anybody that we can, F1 Gravity's doing in 12th. He's doing the same level as his teammate there. Like Eki's up in 3rd. I'm just pointing out our F1 Gravity because I thought he'd have been a wee bit higher up maybe.
Verstappen Gasly set up at Red Bull this season. No disrespect to Gravity because he was battling for the championship with Fusion back on F1 2017, I believe, but he's just not got the pace. When I spoke to him, he said that, F1 2019, he's not really used to the handling yet on this game. He's finding it quite difficult. That could be one of the reasons why he's not that competitive.
It really is down to driver confidence, and it is down to the way the game's actually set up as well. Like that's the kind of same with me. I don't feel the same in the handling. Like, I don't have the same confidence in the handling model. But I mean, we'll scrap that conversation as we see the Williams lining up on
Fusion. Then Mercury
he's the final person.
is in P13. Unlucky for some, but that could be lucky for him this evening. Here we go then. It is ready for the Hungarian Grand Prix of season 15. It is 1 light, it's 2 light, it's 3 light. Always lags on my screen. 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are ready, Rixie, for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Great start there from the drivers as they come down into turn number 1. This is absolutely incredible. Rixie is going to have Dominic now in a slipstream of Crips. Looks like it's a nice clean start now as they go into turn 1. Got to be clean and tidy. 3 breasts there. Toro Rosso for Racing Point and Ferrari then down into turn number 2 as Dominic has took the lead off Crips there of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Eke now is going to try and get himself ahead of the Alfa Romeo, but critically for the championship as the Mercedes is off the circuit. Urban Unicorn battling Villarreal Pedro now, and they are all through here in Hungary. Urban Unicorn as Yao Pedro going outside. There's a spin,
and there's a spin
with the Racing Point team there. There's a spin down at the back of the field. Pedro's gone out of this race. He is retired from the Hungarian Grand Prix. Contact there between the 2 Racing Point drivers. Dominic then up in P number 10 now, and we've got Ham Jam 2002 running outside. What a move there from the Alfa Romeo. This is incredible, racing down in the turn. I don't even know what corner that is, but that is a great move there from Ham Jam 2002 in his Alfa Romeo. But Gravity's going to try and go back at him. But we're going to skip back now to the front of the grid as Crips has a moment there out of the penultimate. And Eke now around the final corner now up the inside. Here we go. Those softs could be really going off. Eke, here we go now. Slipstream. No DRS, but overtake. Let's get the telemetry up. Let's get everything up. This is incredible down in the turn. The ball around the outside now. Eke around the outside. He's going to try and get he's been forced out wide there by the German. But he's incredible here in Hungary. Urban Unicorn though. Now getting close up to Eke. And Eke's gone wide. That's going to give Urban Unicorn the opportunity, Rixie, as we come through turn 4. I think that is, but he's off the circuit. Urban's off the circuit. He's nearly span off the race. Oh, he's nearly span out of the Grand Prix. He's got forced him up the inside of Ewan. He forces him off wide, but up the inside now. Urban battling for this championship. And he's done it. Up the move, and Ewan's. Oh, this is incredible racing. Alper Bow now at the inside on the chicane. Side by side, around the outside. Oh, Rixie, this is incredible. Oh.
How did he keep that? How did he keep that on the exit of 3, on the run up to 4? His car was all over the shop. Like, it was just at one side of the circuit that was back to the other. He just looked like he had no control, but honestly, I take my hat off to that. That is a fantastic save there by the Mercedes driver there. He is still in P4 though. But no, it's been an electric start to this Hungarian Grand Prix as we now enter lap 3 of 35. Dominic takes the lead. He started on second place. Cripps is in second. He is not too far behind. Eke is in third. Urban Unicorns up into fourth.
Hamjam's locked up in the first round. It's going to give Eric Stanley opportunity in his home crowd. The Hungarian fans are going absolutely wild in the grandstand as they come through turn 4 now. Side by side, Eric Stander. Here we go, off the inside, and he's got up in a P number 8 goes the Haas. That is incredible.
But the Mercedes is going to go side by side with
up the inside though is the rhythm for the Mercedes, and he's Eric Stander's done it up in a P8.
He keeps it. Eric Stander's on a charge here.
I don't mean to be unprofessional. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be sexual. But this race so far has been orgasmic. Jam and then up in a P9. And Mercury's up in a P10, Ridley. Mercury picked up, I believe, three places off the start. That's a decent start from him.
He's definitely able to impress drivers and fans alike there. He's already up into P8 there so far for Eric Stander in the Haas there. Obviously it was really big gains. Mercury's went up to 13th to 10th. Toxic 17th to P12. Toxic Fusion, so he's just quietly making progress at the back there. But he did start
progress, Riggsy. We've got Eke now on the inside of the Alfa Romeo. Late braking moves, done a Daniel Ricciardo sort of move there up the inside. Done it. Here we go, DRS then down in the turn.
No, side by side.
2, sorry. I don't even know the corners.
In Cripps, he's not getting up easily. They're still side by side through turn 2.
Eke's going to force him wide though. There you go. Oh,
Eke gives him
very aggressive with the contact. No, he's still back on track though. Might have to yield the position to Eke.
And
Eke's done it. Running out. Go.
Cripps was really for getting up too easy. He decided to up the inside of 2. Still clear as you see him missing the chicane there. But I don't think there was 2 gained there. I don't think Urban Unicorn was alongside the bit in front of the Alfa Romeo. But no, it was some close fighting there. There was a bit of the Red Bull and the Racing Point into turn 3. Still third though, but we started to kind of feel for a wee bit in the sense that the soft tyres might be kind of meeting their peak at this point in the race. We'll have Urban Unicorn breathing down the neck. The Alfa Romeo driver down the pit straight. The only saving grace for the Alfa Romeo driver is the fact that he still has DRS, but Urban Unicorn looks up to the side, tries to outbrake him. He got too much curb there, got too much inside curb on turn 1 there. That kind of unsettled the car a wee bit. But Alfa Bau is here, he's looking at P4, so Urban Unicorn, as much as he'd like to try and overtake, he needs to defend because the Ferrari is looking quick. But no, it's kind of still in the new. Cripps still keeps third, but Urban Unicorn, he knows the championship contenders break away in the rain race at the front. He needs to get a 3-second time penalty there. Been pushing the track limits there, and the stewards have slammed him with a 3-second time penalty. That'll be added to his final race time at the end of the session. But no, as we were saying, Urban Unicorn really needs to make a move here on Cripps. He needs to keep under the rear wing of the Alfa Romeo through this tight third sector, and that'll give him the best chance down into turn 1 with DRS enabled. But he will have the Ferrari looking to make the move as well. Both of them are looking at the Alfa Romeo, but you've got a wee bit back. V6 Ewan will be defending for Eric Stander, who's a bit
Urban Unicorn's getting put into Barrichello Schumacher stuff going on down in the turn number 1 there. Cripps was very Schumacher. I think he's definitely been influenced by Michael Schumacher this race. As Urban Unicorn goes deep there and he's hit the curve, and now Alfa Bau is up in a P3. Whoa, here we go, but Urban's going to defend that. We've got some battling going on at the back there. We've got Eric Stander and Ewan now, and Cripps there up in a P5. Oh, Briggsy, I'm getting quite this race. Here we go. Alpha Bow up in a P4. Briggsy up in curb there. Bit of a poor showing there from the Mercedes. But Alpha Bow and Ewan's got the overtake. Side Briggsy, side by side into the chicane. Oh, the sweet as you like. Got the grip. Oh, Briggsy. Oh, Eric Sanders up.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I've never seen an STB Hungarian Grand Prix like this, Briggsy.
People that are stuck behind trips through the second sector will really feel the dirty air coming off the back of that Alfa Romeo, and that will really damage their front tyres and it will overheat them there as well. So I think in the second sector, since it's such a tight sequence of corners, they might have to start thinking about backing off a wee bit and then pushing in the third to try and make a move stick into turn one. But he's still fifth, but he's just gone backwards. He's just gone backwards at this point now. He is going to be a sitting duck to the racing point that's best there and switch to the outside.
Well, he's been very aggressive on the defending. He's been very aggressive on the defending. He forces Ewan wide there. He's definitely picking his battles. He knows he's stamping his authority out here with the defending, and he's moving exactly over to Ewan. And now next,
and Eric
is Eric Standard.
Eric Standard will be looking to make a move stick. He's already got a run into turn forward, but he knows it's not really an overtaking place. I mean, we've seen overtakes being made in there in real life before, like Rolling Grosjean's a prime example of that. He might know how to drive the now in real life, but back in his day, he was quite quick. No, I feel like Eric Standard, people in the medium tyres now are going to have so much more grip.
Oh, the inside! Now there's been a goal. That's going to cause issues there. Churka's through. Oh, Jamham now up through, and Mercury's in on this as well. Mercury's loving this right now. He said, oh, and he's had a bit of contact over the curb. See, and he's got the Mercedes, got the Red Bull up the inside, the F1 Gravity. I've never shouted so much in all my life in 7 laps of the race. Future's up the inside.
Oh, and they're still side by side.
Oh,
they're still side by side. There was a wee bit of a glitchy moment there. Looks like the Red Bull went on top of the Renault there, but I think that's maybe just doing a glitch. There on the screens.
Action now, Churka versus Cripps. You know what?
This
is better than Germany.
It's like the rush hour traffic.
This is better than Germany, Rixie. Oh my god, great overtake there from Churka. Eric Standard still behind. Eric Standard's lost position to Churka there. Now he's going to have to try and navigate his way through Cripps. Oh, the defending is insane right now from the German. And he's had to go wide there, but now Eric Standard is going to try and go around the outside. He's going to be inside.
He'll have the inside to 5. And he makes them, he's scripts a wee bit, he's in middle. Up into there, I wouldn't be too surprised if after the moment laps, if they actually want to try 5 points. On lap 8, he did sit on pole.
Well, he can definitely take that from this weekend.
Honestly,
Mercury's quick on him now. Look at the train though.
Is just
insane.
And there he is. I think that's him in. He is.
He's always fusion. And then you've got Hamjam behind there. Oh, here we go. Not Mercury, sorry, Riggs. Getting confused. They've got the Red Bull and the Renault. I think that's Gravity and Buckley.
And the
fusion. Sorry, the 2 Renaults are battling.
And Hamjam's in the mix there as well. You have the Renault, he knocks the fusion on the inside and he makes the move stick from the outside, and DJ Danny's going to go side by side, but he backs it into turn 4. He was looking fighty there, but that just Lance Dominic and Eker, the top 3 have had wee quiet, like the top 4 have had a quiet run in these first 9 laps, but anything below that, it's just been chaotic at best. Never would have expected it for Hungary. But no, we've got a Hungarian in 1st, 6th and 7th. Definitely making some gains. But it's a matter of whether they actually stay there, as well as we see Buckley picking up a free sticking time penalty there for exceeding
we've
track
got
limits.
Alpha Bow, Slipstream, DRS and some PRS activation now, so he's going to try and get himself close to Urban Unicorn's wing, try and get an overtake done. Alpha Bow is very strong. Ewan, though, I was thinking, Riggsy, Ewan was quite, I would say Ewan was the favourite at this moment because he's one of the quickest drivers on the game, but unfortunately he's not really showing that here in Hungary. It looks like he's struggling.
I think it really does come down to that as I've seen him run wide there on turn 4, but I think it's different in the sense that it's good, it's a sense of being quick in qualifying in time trial.
Yeah.
And then there's being
Definitely.
quick in race pace. Like, he might not have it in race pace so far, don't get me wrong, he did start in P7. Like, so, he was in mid-pack, and if you're in mid-pack, like, you're not going to be, obviously you're not going to be, it does take time to overtake people field. Quite some unicorn who are, so, just kind of fitting in your rhythm, fitting a group, like, getting used to your references right, and he'll either gain, he'll lose, he'll still obviously stay the same, but I mean, I don't know the guy too well. I think he is, as first time, he is one of the quickest folk in the game, I'll take your word for it, but I think he needs to transfer that into race pace, and I think his race pace right now just looks more or less the same as everybody else who's in the top 5, because he's not really gaining.
What would be really good at the moment, I think Eke. Definitely got some good pace around this track here in Hungary, but what I think, as you said, the undercut. The undercut, very powerful around the circuit. So he's currently 1.7 seconds. He could potentially be using that undercut to try and get a bit of extra time. But he needs to obviously time it right, doesn't he, so he doesn't get traffic.
Definitely. Like, I think their kind of pitting point will be between lap 14 and anyway. So if he pits before Dominic in that reference point, then we are sure that he can make inroads on this 1.8 second gap that he's got, that Dominic has in front of Eke. I mean, all Eke really needs to do, he knows that he doesn't need to put the pressure on Dominic, or can try and close that gap far. Like, because there's still another 17 laps. 17, but the arbitrary math. Nah. What's the math? 23. I don't know why I was thinking another way
17.
there, for whatever reason. My math was right out the window there with that, I don't know why I was thinking lap 29 there, but I mean, he's got another 23 laps to run, so it is still early days. But the gap is still the same, it is still kind of around about that 1.5 second as we're looking to see with the yellow flag.
Buckley spam. What happened there? I think he's lost some front wing as well. No, he hasn't.
I mean, I thought Buckley's just, I don't know if maybe the car's not been set up right, or just the fact that the track just brings a bit of weakness to Buckley. But I thought Buckley would have been back, he would have been utilized, he would have been more energetic and pumped up at this race, because he got pole in Germany in the previous race, and he crashed it on lap 2, in turn 1. I thought he would have been out to kind of relinquish the demons in that race, to come out here and put in obviously a better performance, but he's just struggling in the back end of the field. Like, we've seen him spinning in qualifying as well. Like, I don't think the boy's got his rhythm. But I mean, like, it is, I mean, lap 13 or 35, as I always say, it's still early days, as we see Gravity speeding into the pit lane trying to get every extra mile per hour under his belt there, but he just took a couple too many, picked up a penalty. But like, it just takes a safety car to bring everybody back into this, really.
So have a safety car, I'll be saying that. Eke now, Riggs, I've been looking at Eke's lap times here, and he's looking quick. He's caught Dominic by around 3/4 in the last few laps, so he's definitely making inroads on the McLaren. But the Hungarian fans are going to be high up in their seats and clapping Dominic on. Because Dominic, obviously, he lagged out, didn't he, in Germany? And I do believe Urban Unicorn got that victory.
So Urban Unicorn took the win last time.
Have you got the standings? Is there like a reference?
I've got the, because like, they know he needs today to close the gap. 24 points or 16 depending. he's no like. I mean,
Stander.
I've
Has he binned it coming out the final?
but it goes
We
green
have safety
halfway
car.
down the
That's
room, and
pretty
he's just
insane.
retired in pit lane. But no,
Not too sure.
like Urban Unicorn.
Sorry,
as we were saying,
just to clarify, are we looking then at Urban Unicorn currently the championship leader? Am I right in thinking?
no, he's still third in the championship for what I can see on the spreadsheet. But I mean, Urban Unicorn has won the last few races, and he has definitely propelled himself up into the top half. As we see Eke pitting, Eke's in the
These opportunities. Here we go.
pits. This will be the Red Bull team looking for the undercut opportunity here. Dominic and Urban Unicorn have opted to stay out.
I think.
Both Red Bulls just doing a wee double stop there.
No, sorry, they're not. I
Gravity pitted.
So I thought he may have speeded.
Gravity pitted the lap before.
So Dominic, is the championship leader at the moment.
No, Eke's the championship leader.
Oh wow, we got there in the end. We got there in the end.
Aye, we got there eventually, but no, Eke is the championship leader so far. Dominic needs to win, and Urban Unicorn definitely needs to win to get an edge on the McLaren and the Red Bull driver. But Urban Unicorn, as we were saying, he's won he's had like a good run of race form in the last few races. He has won. He won last time out, and he has proven himself to be able to cut through the field. But he has done it in this occasion as well. But he's no managed to close the gap down to Eke and Dominic.
Dominic has responded. Sorry, Rigsy. Dominic has responded. Urban Unicorn has responded, and Alpha Bout is staying out. That could also be crucial because the longer you stay out, the fresher your tyres are going to be at the end of the race. So, which could definitely be used to his advantage. Mercury, is he in? Yes, he is. He takes a very short line. Here we go then. Let's see. Is Eke going to get the jump on Dominic? Here we go. Dominic's on the
pit lane. Is that enough?
No.
Dominic just covers it off, but Eke is much closer this time round, and he does have DRS as well. He is definitely in that DRS window, so I do feel that even though Dominic's come out in the lead, Eke has definitely won in terms of getting the pit stop done a lap early, and he's closed the gap and he's got himself into the DRS window. Urban Unicorn he's kind of lost out here. He's got traffic, he's got DJ Danny and Matty in front of him and McLaren Williams, so he'll have some traffic to contend with. But Alpha Ferrari have been a wee bit bold here, keeping him out on track here as well. But his lap times don't really seem to have fallen much. If I'm just going to quickly check them, like they're consistently mid 120s. So he is kind of lapping at decent race pace on the mediums as he comes in on lap 16 as I say that, so he'll just be sitting here like basically pumping up another few laps into this medium stint. He comes in and puts on the hard tyres, but I mean one lap fresher tyres can go a whole long way there. It can definitely be a race winning strategy with that, just being at that one lap longer. But we see Dominic and Eke coming down the pit straight. Alpha Bill's at the end of the pit lane, but Urban Unicorn, is Alpha Bill going to make the overcut work? No. No, he is not. I was about to say, because Urban Unicorn... but no, Urban Unicorn is up into fourth now. He is making gains, but Alpha Bill hasn't really lost too much. Here was me thinking he was going to get the overcut done, but... I would say it was...
Oh, here we go, Rigsy. Danny, let me just say something about Danny. He is the boat of STB. He is the one that defends so aggressively, okay?
And he's looked up.
Look at that now, look at that. That was aggressive. Alpha Val then is behind Matty and Danny, so he needs to try and clear him. As Urban Unicorn, great sportsmanship there from the Mercedes.
Yeah, definitely.
Hats off there to Urban. Great sort of... Oh, and Matty's made a mistake there on the back of the Mercedes.
But
Matty's trying to go on the inside, it looked like. Well, that was a BS driving there from Matty and these Williams. Okay then. Looks like the gap is staying the same, really.
And Buckley's retired.
Buckley's retired. Again. Mercedes Urban's gone wide. Oh! Rigsy, he's got Matty now with him, and Ewan is catching up.
Urban Unicorns know had a good run of corners there as we see the virtual safety car coming out here in Hungary.
Safety car. I mean, I wouldn't mind a full course safety car, but
I suppose we'll take the safety cars once they. I suppose we'll take them when they come. I suppose. Yeah. But anyway, this is a team to pit if you were Danny or Matty. The only bad thing is they are a good for the pit lane, and the safety car will probably have been in by this point. But no, I caught the tail end of Urban Unicorn having a big moment of oversteer in turn 1, and Alphabil's been able to slip his way up into P4. But DJ Danny, I don't know. I mean, he's on 17 lap old tyres. He's up in third. Like, he does do this quite. This is his different kind of strategy. He likes to be different, innovative, right? But I mean, he kind of really, like, he comes into the pits doing lap 19, well, lap 18, 19, 35. But I mean, if you're Danny, and if you're doing the long run on the first stint, do you defend hard against folk that have already pitted and are some way up the road technically?
I know, yeah. Like, the battle wasn't really for him to get himself involved in. Like, he's caused, arguably, the gap now to increase to 7 seconds to the current. It's disappointing. That battle we could have had, we'd see. For the top 4 laps has now been pushed down to 2 and 7 seconds is the gap.
No, definitely. I mean, like, Alphabal and Urban Unicorn did kind of run the rain race in 3rd and 4th. They still kind of technically do, but they've got V6 Ewan creeping up on them with a company in the racing point there as well. So instead of a big battle for the win, it might be a battle for 3rd, because Ewan is slowly creeping into this battle. Chaka in 6th place, he is just kind of running his own race. Same applies to Jamham in 7th in the Mercedes. Cripps is up into 8th. Up into 8th. I was just reading these amount of laps there, and I thought that was his position there for the minute.
Will those hards last the whole way?
Cripps' hards, questionable.
Because he pitted very
I think it's questionable. I think at this point Cripps will just stay out just to attempt to get as many points as he can muster at this point. Like, because if he does pit, he's last. He's 14th. Like, the team's telling him that. Like, if you pit at any point between now and lap 35, you're going to come out last, and there's not going to be much to gain. So I think the team will just be kind of encouraging him to kind of maintain the tyres and stay on this set, because if he stays on this set, he's still got a 2.5 second buffer to the Red Bull of Gravity, who's in 9th. So he's still got some time to kind of play about with the ERS settings, kind of save up the energy, and just kind of get himself composed for when he does need to fight. And plus, he's only got Jam Ham not even 2 seconds up the road, so that'll be his motivation to push as well. So it'll really just depend how much pressure's on these tyres in the final stint, like in the final kind of 5, 6, 7 laps, because that's when I feel that they'll start having an effect on drivability. But anyway, like, we are on lap 21 to 35. Dominic maintains the lead for Eke, who is in the DRS range. Doesn't make any move into turn 1, he is a wee bit far back. He's gained around
the 10th there on that lap. He was, I think the gap got slapped because Dominic set the fastest lap just before Alphabal. The gap was 7 tenths. So it's definitely gone down.
Eke is definitely doing all that he needs today to kind of keep himself in the DRS range of Dominic there, who still leads this race on lap 21. We're seeing a wee fight between the Red Bull and Toro Rosso, Mercury for P9. As Gravity outbreaks his lead, Mercury lets the Red Bull outbreak his still into 2 and just does the switch back, easy as you like, up into P9, but the Red Bull is very behind here as they come round turn 5. I don't think you have to make any move.
Part of the Red Bull family, gotta watch out, Rigsy. They don't want to upset anyone.
Nah, definitely no. I mean, if there's any form of damage in this battle, Helmut Marko will blow him like a ton of bricks. We can what he's like. He's very quick at making his voice heard in the Red Bull camps. But hopefully the boys keep it clean for the sake and performance as well. We'll have Toxic Fusion for reigning champion, as you were saying at the start. He is in both. Did start, of course, race he was on the alongside Matty and the Williams, but up into P12, did we really expect him to be a little bit further up at this point, or is this the kind of best that he could have been doing? I mean, I don't know him in terms of his actual performances personally. Like, he has had a couple of good races and a couple of bad, but as we see him get up the inside to turn 1,
and Merrick done on Gravity, but Gravity had him once again.
and Gravity is up the inside, and he runs him wide on the
fuming, and
grass.
Mercury's off the side. Oh, Marco is going to be absolutely fuming in that garage.
The Red Bull just run him out of road there. I think that was maybe it's a question, but I mean, from what I could see, like I think the Toro Rosso was alongside there, so they might have a wee bit of foundation to make a complaint, but that's maybe just hard racing in some folks' opinions. But anyway, Husdale lost too much time there, still in P10, and he is still within the fight for P9, but this battling between Gravity and Mercury, Toxic Fusion, Ham Jam, this battle for the final points is definitely no aiding them, but it's definitely helping Crips out in the Alfa Romeo. As we see V6 Ewan retiring, he's retired for P5, sorry, and he's retired. Don't know what's happened to him. He's just as yellows out in the final sector. I don't know if maybe he's just retired in the pit lane, but he's retired for this race. He was up in P5. I don't know what's happened to him. We'll probably hear it soon enough anyway. But we are on lap 23 or 25. Yellow flags are out in the first sector. Dominic is still your race leader at this point, Eke in second, but Alphabal is starting to kind of break away for Urban Unicorn at this point.
He's really catching Eke as well by the looks of it.
Definitely, like, Alphabal was in a wee bit of a charge here, like, he's broken free at Urban Unicorn's DRS, so Urban Unicorn will have DRS to kind of pull himself back into the dirty air of the Ferrari and get him to make a move. Urban Unicorn is outside that window. Chaka and Jamham, sorry, are just rolling with the race. But no, that wee battle that was there for between Gravity, Mercury, Toxic Fusion and Ham Jam, and now it's DJ Danny, they were having a good scrap there, but the gap between Gravity and Mercury's went for a matter of tenths to 2.6 seconds. I don't know what's happened there, Maldi, but anyway, I think that battle for 8th was definitely helping Crips out, because it was slowing the battle and pack down, and now his gap has went
Mercury as well. Looks like down in turn 1.
And Danny's made a mistake on Ham Jam there as well. And Matty's having a wee look at Ham Jam as well, as Ham Jam is ghosting through the Williams there on my screen anyway. And Dominic's picked up a 3-second time penalty. That'll be crucial for the final race stand. I'm just going to quickly check and see. I'm just going to quickly check and see if Eke's still got a penalty. If he's got a penalty, sorry. He's only got one warning, so he's got enough room. He's only got one warning, so he's got enough room for another ward. But Dominic, hit under the cosh here, he'll need to put his foot down a wee bit. The team will probably be telling him, Eke's not got a penalty, you need to put a gap on the Red Bull right now on these final 10 laps. But Eke's just doing all that he needs to do to kind of stay in that DRS slipstream. And it's really hurting Dominic here. Like, it's not letting Dominic pull away, it's not letting Dominic gap him. Because earlier in this race, he had a 2-second buffer in the first stint over Eke, but now it's 6/10, and it's all because of the DRS. Like, the DRS is just able just to kind of to keep
the pit stop as well.
In the pit stop, the Red Bull team brought him in for an undercut, and it's definitely paid off here. But Eke is 9/10, he's still in that DRS window, but Urban Unicorns is going to sell back into the DRS range of the Ferrari ahead. He's 6/10, separates the two for the battle for the final podium place on lap 25, as we see Mercury picking up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there as well. But anyway, we are looking at the battle for the lead here. Dominic and Eke both coming in the final corner to start lap 26, A35, and Eke does have DRS. The DRS flap is open on the Red Bull's rear wing, but he is too far back to make a move, as we've seen Gravity picking up a 3-second time penalty there as well. Urban Unicorn is definitely gaining on the Ferrari. A Mercedes versus Ferrari battle for the final podium place. McLaren versus Red Bull for the win. But bearing in mind, we will need to take penalties into account as well. So it'll be a matter to see how much time is added on to these drivers' final finishing times, and that will obviously determine the final result. But anyway, I mean, Hungary's had a lot to shout about this race. I mean, they've had their man Dominic leading this race since basically lap 1. They've had Chaka running his quiet race. He's in P5. Like, he's in the man's land. He's no trouble to jam him behind, but he's no coming Alperbal to make any inroads on that. He's doing all that he can in P5, but the main disappointment for Hungarian fans and neutral fans alike will be the retirement of Eric Stander, who retired for his home race in the Haas. We didn't catch what happened to him. We don't know what happened. We just noticed that on a feed that just says that he retired and he left. So we aren't unaware of what happened and what circumstances happened with that, but we'll probably hear about it soon enough for the driver anyway, and later on in the day. But no, I feel like Hungary's had a fair share to shout about. Despite a retirement, they've got two other drivers in 1st and 5th there as well, so that'll give them something to shout about. And I think Dominic is kind of, and he has put in a good lap. He put in a good lap there, and he is that he beat Eke, and it's 1.5 now through that chicane. So I think this will be him kind of putting the foot down to get that 3-second gap.
Disconnected again. So, I like that.
No, that's fine.
And there's a fire engine outside my house, so something's going on in the area, so that's not very good. But hopefully we can still finish the Grand Prix. I'm a little bit scared personally, you can see, but the gap then looks very uneasy at the moment. Eke has got the gap. The gap now is 1.5 seconds, so he's lost a lot of time. Looks like Dominic is definitely put the foot down.
Dominic will have the momentum with the fans cheering him on and rooting for him for this race win. They'll have that kind of fan momentum, like you see it quite a lot in like kind of home races for drivers, obviously. So he'll probably have that kind of. He wants to do it for the fans. He wants to do it for his country in his home race in the Hungaroring here in Hungary, and just outside of Budapest. So he will definitely be doing all that he can and then some to make, as we see him just cutting the chicane. So is Eke. They kind of ride that chicane quite aggressively, in my opinion. I feel like they get a wee bit too aggressive with that exit chicane, the exit curb on that chicane. So I don't know if that will maybe kind of damage the car in any way, or bring an extra percent of tyre wear into their tyres. But I mean, they're all like every driver that's kind of took it is still running, and their pace is still substantial, so I'm assuming it doesn't have too much an effect, if any. I think that might just be a better way to go through that chicane. But Dominic will really kind of be sitting here saying he'll be getting told on the radio he needs to get a move on. He's got 6 laps to get another 1.8 seconds, sorry, to cover Eke for the win. Eke's got 8 penalties, he's only got 1 morning, so Eke kind of knows if he stays in this window, he'll have the race win. But I seen Urban Unicorn picking up another penalty there as well. Alpabal, I'm just going to check Alpabal for us now, just to see what he's got.
A penalty.
He's got
one.
He's got 2 penalties as well, so
okay.
I think Urban Unicorn and Alpabal were on the level footing in terms of penalties, so I think that will just purely come down to who finishes where on the track. But no, Churka, Jamham just ran their own races. I mean, I'll kind of knock my hat off to Cripps, who's 1.3 seconds behind Jam, and the Mercedes. I mean, like the gap's been like that for most of this race, and he's on 6 lap older tyres as well. But I think we're kind of into this phase now where he'll start to feel the degradation. He'll start to feel that he's not got as much grip, and not as much temperature in these tyres, so he might start dropping off at this point. But I mean, P7, 20 lap old hards. He's got just short of a 6-second buffer to Gravity, who is still in battle between Toxic Fusions and Danny. I mean, I think the team will just be kind of keeping the momentum there in the team in the camp, and he'll just do everything that he can to keep P7. But he is gaining on Jamham, sorry. He is nearly in DRS range there as well. But we're on lap 30 or 35. Dominic's still the race leader as we see Toxic Fusion retiring. I think he's just retired in the pit lane because it just gave him a speeding penalty there. It just gave him a penalty there for speeding in the pit lane, so I'm assuming he's just retired in the pit lane. The Renault team have definitely not been at the best that they can be this race weekend, but hopefully we do see them back in the fighting pack next time out in Belgium in a week's time. We go to Spa a week today. Spa-Francorchamps, another famous Formula 1 circuit, well loved by fans and drivers alike. A lot of history there as well, so I'm very much looking forward to that race weekend, Maldy.
Yeah, a lot of drivers are looking forward to it as well. I've spoken to a lot of the drivers in the league, and they are really looking forward to it.
I'm definitely hoping it lives up to. I'm hoping that we're just treated to another brilliant race. I mean, Hungary, it has been a quiet race this time round, but I think we have been treated to another fantastic race here in the STB league.
Battles in the first, 10 odd so laps, so that's great stuff there from these drivers. But what we are being treated to now is Cripps on the back of Jamham for P6. Twice those hards have gone so far, and they're still performing the way they are.
And definitely, I think you never know. He has been creeping in on the Mercedes, as we see yellows in sector 1. I have no idea.
It's disastrous.
It's Mercury.
He's not going to like this.
Mercury's with a wee spin there, and the Toro Rosso, which will be AlphaTauri for next season. But anyway, back to what we were saying. Cripps is right on the back of Jamham. Toro Rosso have got their name change approved for 2020.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it'll not be Toro Rosso, it'll be AlphaTauri. So see all these teams changing their names. Like you've had Force India to Racing Point, you've had Sauber to Alfa Romeo, Sauber Ninjas to Alfa Romeo, and now you've got Toro Rosso to AlphaTauri.
I must say, I'm really looking forward to the 2021 season. The car looks very interesting.
I feel like it looks very modernised, but it still keeps Formula 1's traditional look. As well as we see Cripps not inside of Jamham. Jamham and Cripps are going side by side through turn 2 and turn 3. Cripps is on the outside. Jamham was taking the main racing line there, and Cripps had steamboated, if you want to say that, up the clipped the side pod of the Mercedes there. He's probably rubbed the Petronas sponsor off the side of the car. But anyway, they're still battling here for P6 in this race. Cripps is definitely looking punchy on so much older tyres here, Maldale. He's on 6 lap older tyres than Jamham. They're both on hards, but Cripps is really kind of just putting the pressure on here on Jamham. He's had a quiet race in P6 for most of this race, but Cripps is making him fight for it now in these final laps here. So I'm very much looking forward to see him unfold spot. We've got Eke right on the rear wing of Dominic here. Like there might be a 3-second penalty on Dominic here, so his finishing time will be added on by 3 seconds. But I mean, it'll go away the battle for the lead. And I feel like now Eki's got to settle right back into the DRS window, right back into this. He might have a look here. He's got to go up the inside of the chicane. They've got to go side by side. No, no, I couldn't see there because of the camera angle, but Dominic maintains it. There's a wee bit of, he runs wide there, kicks a wee bit of dirt there on the exit curb to turn 6, 7. I'm trying to think, 7. It's turn 7. And they're going through this sequence. This. I mean, if there's one bit of the track I really like, I do like that the sequence of corners in the second sector. The love build, it has a good feel to it if you've got the right setup. It really does feel good if you're a Formula 1 driver. It's maybe not so much as the same. And Dominic's slowing. Eke's got past. I don't know what's happened there, but Dominic was slowing. I don't know. Has he got DRS? I think he does. Dominic's DRS. I don't know if he backed off for DRS there.
I think he slowed down to get the DRS and he's going to get the overtake done, but he's could that have been a